It's gone fairly smooth. The former coach, Coach Hills, now Doherty, has actually been really instrumental in helping me prepare. She's actually still on campus, so she spent a lot of time, teaching me the ins and outs, all the ropes. So the biggest transition is not the volleyball; it's been the administrative work. Going from not having to do any of that to having to do all of it is probably the biggest transition from assistant to head coach. Not a lot, really. As an assistant coach, I really had a lot of input as far as how practice ran, the type of systems we use, the type of technique. I really had a lot of input. So really, it hasn't changed a lot. It's just I get to do just a little bit more than what I did before. So I really was involved in all the training and technique and all that stuff before with Coach Hills. I think it's just time management, with all the administrative on top of all the coaching stuff, and coaching is part athletics, part admin, and part, sports psychologist. That's the hardest part is every decision I make affects one of the 15 players we have in some way, shape, or form. So trying to, learn how to handle all those personalities, with all the administrative stuff that goes along with it and all the coaching stuff that goes along with it. It's just a whole different animal. No, I think, I've been here for 3 years, so I had a pretty good idea, a pretty good handle on what was going to happen, how it was going to be. I was real familiar with all the kids. We have a lot of returning players, and so I didn't have to, learn, how everybody was going to be. I didn't have to learn a lot of new personalities, and I was active in helping recruit the kids we pulled in, so there was really no new faces I had to overcome or anything like that. Preseason, it went well. It was kind of long. We were a little bit longer than what we normally do. I kind of felt like being a new coach, new team, first year, that maybe I took a little more time. It went well. It was season we've been kind of up and down. We're still trying to figure out roles and that kind of thing. We just need to improve on consistency. We'll play really well at times, and then we'll play really below our level at times. That's the biggest thing I see is we just kind of like on a roller coaster all the time. We need to get everybody on the same page doing all those little things all the time. We may have half doing it one time, half not. We just can't seem to quite get it all put together in one match. That's kind of where we're struggling. I think I was a little bit worried about our offense coming in. I think we set the ball pretty well. We pass well, and at times we defend really well. It's one of those things where kind of that roller coaster. You'll see great things, and then they kind of revert back, and you're like, what happened to the team that was playing before? They practice really well. This team seems to practice well. We're trying to get that energy and to convert over into our matches a little more. Yeah, we've talked about accountability, having maybe more accountability in practice, and just making more cognizant of of what we see. And I use a little bit of video. That's probably something else I'm going to try to implement more, so they can actually see what we see on the bench as coaches. A lot of times they don't understand kind of what we see, and they see themselves on tape, and they're like, well, I really do that. That's why it keeps telling me to do the same thing. So that's something I'd like to implement more. Use more video feedback and stuff like that.